Well, today we're going to work on the problem child. It seems like about as apt a name for this project as anything else. It's an '89 Jeep Comanche. I featured it, or it was part of a previous video about differences between the Comanches and the Cherokees. And the Comanche actually has something unique because it's a unibody from the cab forward, just like the Cherokee. But then Jeep AMC, they did a frame in the back so that you can put a flatbed on there or whatever. Made it pickup and made it for a lot better hauling capacity as well. So they aptly named it a uniframe assembly. But today what we're going to talk about is the hood latch. Have you ever had this happen on your Comanche or on your Cherokee? You reach down, you grab the hood latch, and bingo, bango, oh no, whatever am I going to do? It's impossible to open the hood now, right? Well, let's take a look at some options. Okay, so here's our friend Mickey. You can see the hood is popped. I left it open so I don't have to walk around and latch it or unlatch it again. But if this is stuck closed, well, let's just see. How do you get to it, right? Kind of a bear to get to anything. So what we're going to talk about, and this is a trick that I saw on the Comanche Club forum, Pete Monty, awesome job, thank you, shout out, is a way to pull the headlight bucket. Obviously, you take off the beauty ring, pull off your side marker, take off the headlight and the headlight bucket, and there's going to be a bracket up in here that the hood latches to. When you take that bracket loose, it'll cause this to pop up so you can grab hold of it and maybe release the rest. Let's take a look at what that will be. Okay, Mickey's got his mouth open now, and what we're talking about is this bracket right here. It's got one bolt that goes down, and then let's get around the other side here. Sorry if I'm making you dizzy. So we've got one bolt that goes down, and then down here there's going to be a bolt this way. We're going to look at that in a few minutes. The way we access it is by pulling out the headlight and the headlight bucket and taking them loose with the idea of having this release. You can see this has got a little hooky mabob on it, and that little hooky mabob goes on this barma thinger. That's as technical as I can get. If we release this barma thinger, that's going to let this part of the hood pop up so that you can reach under and grab a hold of this rod. Now, the way the latch assembly works on a Cherokee and on a Comanche, since they're the same hood, is you've got your cable that runs down through your firewall and next in your sail panel there, kick panel rather. And when you pull on the cable, you see how that rod moves. Over here, it's going to pull on your left side latch with a spring that returns it. And it's going to push on your driver's side latch. Now, the idea of releasing this where it'll come up just far enough that you can reach under is so that you can get under here and pull this. You can activate it while you're standing up, and it'll take that side loose. The option that's shown out there is reaching your hand from way down there to get up to this. Hope you can get a hold of it tight enough to activate it while you're in some strange contortion that only carnival people should know how to do. So let's go see if we can make that happen with our problem child. Okay, so I do have the added complication. We were looking at Mickey just a bit ago. I've got this added complication of this brush guard in my way, and it's bent and it's kind of wonky, but we're going to see if we can't take off this side marker, the beauty ring or the bezel, get the headlight out and the headlight bucket, and let's take a close look at what we were talking earlier of releasing this hood latch to get one side up so I can pull the bar and open the hood. Well, friends, what you just witnessed was some bob knuckle-headedry. Yes, in fact, This is about 2 months later. I stopped recording, working on this project with other things happening. But some of you were probably looking at that brush guard here, wondering, how's he going to get that headlight out? Well, the funny thing is I realized that as well. So, took the brush guard off. We now have space. This may be more representative of your Comanche or your Cherokee that has a broken hood latch and you need to get in. You don't want to cut the hood. I've seen people do that. That's silly when it's completely preventable. So, I went ahead and off camera took off the bezel that goes over the headlight and the turn signal assembly out, parking light assembly out, headlight and the bucket. You've got to take this bucket out so that you can get back up behind it. I broke a couple things. These little adjusters, plastic, go pretty quick. Make sure you pay attention to your spring. Don't lose that. And remember, like anything else here in Party Shop Shenanigans, I'm no expert in any of this stuff, but I'm not afraid to dive in and try, and you shouldn't be either. So let's dive in a little deeper. So here's what we can see once this is opened up like this. When we were talking with Mickey earlier, our little demo model, we could see that there's a hoop that goes like this that the hood latch comes over and grabs. And what we need to do is take the bolt that holds the hoop out so that this will pop up. We can get to the latch, release the other side. Worst case, we do the same whole process on the other side as well. But you can see there's this bolt right here. See that guy? That's what goes into the hoop this way. And then off camera, you can't see back up behind here right above it is also another bolt. Now on mine, interestingly, this is a 13 millimeter and this guy up here is a 15 millimeter head. Not sure why. That's just how somebody thought it was a great idea to put it together. So I'll tuck this down out of the way and let's see what we can do. Okay, this guy is just tight enough. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, and we'll see how the whole assembly comes right up. Okay, let's take a quick little look here. Something I noticed, I've never done this before myself, but you may find it interesting, is look how this hole is aligned. And then right up above it is where the bolt that goes up top. And now over on the passenger side, look how much more convenient this is to get to. It's a straight shot, nothing in the way here. And again, straight up is where the other bolt is. And I can see this has popped up a little bit for us. Let's see if maybe, just maybe, without making you too dizzy, I can get to this rascal now and open it up. Not the highest class paint job in the world, but I still would want to be careful if I were going to pry it. But bingo, bango, and boom. Now, what have I got holding this up? I've just got really sticky hinges, rusted hinges. I'm opening up a treasure for the first time. Well, so interesting that my hinges in the back are really stiff, so I'm going to need to get those lubricated. And next video, let's see if I can hold this up. We'll do some exploring here. Here it comes. But as you can see now, here's this latch assembly still hooked. And it was bolted straight down here. There's some adjusters. I'm going to show you that in a moment. And same thing with this one. This latch assembly is still hooked. There's your spring. Okay. And it came loose here. I'm going to show you that in just a moment. Looks like a little different direction prop than I'm used to. Let's see if it'll open up all the way. Come on, Turkey. There we go. Okay, so what you can kind of see here is this was the bolt that came up from the bottom. This is the bolt that came in from the front. And it held this piece up here. I'm going to see if I can get it to come loose or not. One of our problems is these latches. Let's get up here. One of the problems is without maintenance, this latch gets really sticky and gets rusty, and then this cable is really hard to pull. When you don't keep lubrication in these 3 points here, that's why you break a cable. It gets really hard to pull, and people keep pulling on it. Well, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. I think that's the term. Let's see if I can talk to this any differently here. That's not going to do me any good. I'll be right back. The glory of having a remote microphone. You can stare blankly at my project while nothing happens, and I can be halfway across the shop doing something. Yeah, I'm still a dork for those of you who know me. Okay, let's see if I can get you to release. Come on, Turkey. Oh, you're going to be a booger, aren't you? Let's see what we can do here. Yeah, that guy he's locked up pretty good on me. And if you drop your screwdriver, it really helps your cause. Well, you little booger. Yeah, so our problem stems right here. This latch is rusted and seized up, so it doesn't want to move very freely. So let me do a little work on that and I'll be back. Okay, so, desperate times call for desperate measures here. Going to do a little bit of extra than was planned on this video, all in the name of understanding how this works to take your hood latch loose when your latch cable breaks. So there is one screw that holds this in, slides it out and down, and then I had to work this out of here. This is your latch assembly, which comes down. Let's see if I can adjust this right down to here, okay? And where this guy sits, what I just do with the rest of my parts, here they are, right out in the open. So this is up on the hood, and this is what we just took loose, okay? We had this bolt that came in the front here. We had this bolt that came in the bottom here, okay? That's what we were looking at and what we were working to take loose so that this assembly that's latched on it could pop up. Make sense? Clear as mud. Here's our spring, keeps things tight. Let's see if I can do this from this angle. I'm going to replicate pulling our hood latch. My hands are in the way. Clickety doodle, right? So that's what we just took loose. Now pay attention, if you do take things all the way out, there's these little spacers here. These spacers determine how high this latch, this hoop sits, based on where this latch is in place, so that you can body clearance and have your hood and your fenders and everything lined up real nice here. So that's it for today. We're going to stop at that point right there. Project Problem Child here is starting its way out true to form. Well, thanks for joining me here at Pardee Shop Shenanigans, working on Project Problem Child. This makes too many projects happening in the shop right now. Got this 89 Comanche Don't know anything else about it. We kind of looked under the hood just now for the first time. I'll do a follow-up video and we'll do some exploration under there. I've also got Mickey, the little white two-wheel drive with the 2.5 liter Comanche. We got running, doing some work on that. And I've got Waco, a new to me 89 Jeep Comanche two-wheel drive with a blown engine. It's in really nice shape, the rest of the pickup. Don't know what I'm going to do with any of them yet, but everybody needs to have a project. Hey, remember, click like, click subscribe, turn on your notifications. Come join me right here at Party Shop Shenanigans. Well, every time I take the time to make a new video, maybe even watch a few of them over again. Go out and make somebody smile. You both deserve it. Bob out.